All right, that was Lollipop, originally by the Chordettes, but done by the Barberettes. Fantastic again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, did that one take a long time to rehearse?
It wasn't that hard. The harmonies are not very complicated with this one, but it's hard to, 3 different voices singing together.
Yeah, and you're right. It's such a happy song.
It is.
I mean, how can you not?
Yeah.
Look at the big smile on my face.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, I can't. I just tried to smile, but it's impossible. I can't smile. But that was a very, very lovely song.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this. Primarily, your influence is older, like 50s American music. But
Yeah.
are there any other, say, Korean groups or anything like that inspire you?
Yeah, of course. Korea had a huge time in 1950s and 60s. It wasn't happy, but there
Sure.
were a lot of music going on. And we found this ladies from 1950s on internet. They're called the Kim sisters. Not
Yeah.
many people know as well. Do you know Kim sisters?
Yeah. Actually,
Oh.
do you know how I know the Kim sisters?
No.
I'm just a guitar nut. I mean, I play horribly. You don't want to hear it ever. Dogs howl. People just jump off of cliffs. But one of my favorite guitar brands is Rickenbacker's, an old guitar brand.
Yeah.
And many years ago, I was looking through a catalog, and they had some famous artists like the Beatles, whatever, that used the guitar, and then it said the Kim sisters.
Yeah.
I said, obviously it has to be Korean. And I did a little more research, and I found out they were hugely popular in the
They were.
U.S.
And they signed with Motown before
Yeah.
the Supremes.
Which is really amazing,
I
right?
know, it's very amazing, and they're crazy talented. When you look at their videos and they play 20 different instruments,
Wow.
all of a sudden they play contrabass, and then all of a sudden 3 of them jump into marimba. Is really hard to play, and then they're playing crazy, and then they dance crazy, and they sing crazy. Their harmonies awesome, and we were amazed, and then we were thinking how do you do that? How possibly you get to do that in your early age, early 20s?
Well, and how do you do that in that time, the 1960s?
But we reached to a conclusion that was possible because they didn't have any electronic devices that they could be distracted to.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what happens?
Well, yeah, I'm texting right now while I'm doing this interview.
I know,
I'm kidding.
we're doing old music, but I'm not that young, but I'm young. Where 3 of the girls are kind of young.
Hey, listen, you guys.
Okay.
Compared to me, you guys are newborn babies.
So
all right?
what happened during the practice is everybody's looking at their phones and we're practicing on the harmony, and one girl's getting distracted, and then the other girl is distracted, and it happens all the time, which makes the practice longer.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, but they didn't have it back then. They didn't have nothing to do.
They just had they worked. Now, I would imagine, with the Kim sisters, there was an awful lot for them to work towards. You know, in terms of music, I can't imagine. So they got famous in the U.S., or were
Yes,
they
they
famous
did.
here first?
There wasn't really scene back then in
Yeah,
Korea.
I can't
What they
imagine.
did was their mother, 2 of the girls are actual sister, and the other one is cousin of them.
Okay.
And then their mother is the iconic singer in 1930s, 40s, Lee Nan-young. She sang 목포의 눈물, which is crazy famous song
Really?
in Korean pop history.
Wow.
And then these Kim sisters started play in American Army base, and then they were amazing. So their words were spread by the soldiers who went back home, and then their manager heard about the sisters, and they came to Korea, and they picked them up and they moved to the United States.
What a great story.
I know, and actually, the Ed Sullivan Show.
Of course I do.
They were on that show for 28 times.
28 times the Kim
Yes.
sisters were?
You can see those videos on internet.
Wow, okay. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
I know. We
I mean,
had no
that's-
idea. We just recently got to know about this, and we were watching these videos while we were practicing, and then we were so zoned out. Oh my God, we can't believe what we're seeing.
So can we possibly expect you 3 to do some sort of a Kim sisters tribute at some point?
Our existence is pretty much, for them,
Wow, okay.
Not because how talented they are, the society situation back then. You're from a young girl from a country which just got out of the war,
Yeah. just developing. It's like a kind of a new brand of culture and everything.
Yeah.
So it must have been really tough back
And
then.
they came back to Korea after success in US, and then they released the record, and the title song was called Kimchi Kakdugi, which is
Yeah.
about
Two of my favorite foods.
says that how they missed their food in a foreign country for a long, long time. And we can't imagine how they went through all that. And well, right now, like compared to what they've been through, we're in a very convenient situation.
It's so convenient.
It is,
Yeah.
but there's also other side of that. Like
Sure.
all the other music is not very similar to what we're doing. So
I
trying to
know for a
overcome
fact
that.
I am, and I think a lot of our listeners are thankful that you guys are doing this.
Oh,
and,
thank you.
And speaking of which, tell us about the next song. It's Rockin' Robin, another song that puts a smile on everybody's face.
yes, many people think it's.
Don't you
from-
want to make people sad every once in a while? Why make them happy all the time?
I don't know. We haven't
kidding.
reached there yet.
Okay.
So this song is known for like Jackson 5's famous,
Yep.
but it's actually originally by Bobby Day from 1950s. So we'd love to sing this song for you.
All right, well,
We're
let's
really
do it.
excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Barberettes with Rockin' Robin.